Yeah. Woo, 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 woo.
That's a
That
fun
was
one, man.
that
That's
was
a
awesome,
good
dude.
way to start the show.
That was so
It's
great.
7 minutes, but it went by fast.
Now you were I gotta get the lyrics for that one. You were saying some pretty interesting thing. Let's connect our holes. Were you saying something about
Yeah, let's connect our fear, let's connect our joy too, let's connect our um let's connect our wires like explosions do. Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
I'll send you the words.
Good stuff. And I see. So you had the labyrinth. Did I see pictures of the puzzle in there, the cemetery, or no? No.
Say again?
Did I see pictures of the puzzle, the cemetery in there, or
There
no?
were pictures of the cemetery in there.
There
There
was,
were
yeah.
a lot, that pretty much was chronologically my
Arrival and
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and all of those were pretty much in order of the way I've been shooting stuff since I got here, and it just
Amazing.
kind of seemed to work out really well like
It's
that.
the story. That's the story.
Yeah.
That's the way it
Well,
goes.
let's connect our love like the angels do.
Mm,
I love that one.
amazing, amazing, brilliant stuff as always. Wiz, just always love seeing it. Love that you share it here on this show. It's a good outlet for it. And welcome back, everybody. It's Monday again. We're here at the Fool's Journey.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, always coming back and hanging out. And now we got a dance party. We should actually get up and dance and like move our bodies for that. I was saying, oh, that's a long one, but you know what? Let's make it like an exercise segment. A little
Yeah.
a little 10-minute exercise segment. That'll be
Well,
awesome.
as a matter of fact, I'm going to be teaching the Damo open palm technique at one of the yoga classes here coming up in
Oh
a couple
wow.
of weeks. And I was thinking maybe I should. I didn't really think that would be appropriate for here, but it might be, man. Which is
I think you talked about it. You had a diagram or something of it, I think.
yeah, there are 12 like movements and a
Right.
whole
Yeah,
like
no.
function. And the cool thing about that particular thing, I mean, there are a million kung fu and qigong and tai chi like
Mhm.
katas and stuff. But this one, first of all, Damo was like the guy that brought kung fu to China. He was a Kshatriya, a Hindu Indian like massive warrior, and
Okay.
so he brought kung fu to China and started that whole movement there.
Awesome.
And this particular uh, movement is 12 moves, and it's designed each one of them for you to project out of your hands in different ways. Like you're
Mhm.
facing it, you're shooting it out, your
Right.
fingertips are coming. So like every time you come to a resolution on that, it's like about projecting energy. And for somebody that's studying telekinetics, that's like the most amazing. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. Joey says a demo would be great. I agree. I think I told you last week I was doing the qigong
that guy is great. I love that dude. Yeah.
he's like outside on a mountain. It's beautiful. He's like and smile and smile.
Have
And
you
you're
been
like,
following a bunch of his videos? Have you gotten those, have subscribed on that and doing them?
yeah. I've been doing a couple of the different ones like this, the shorter ones. I'm starting slow, 10 minutes, 10, 10, 10, 15. There's activations, you're activating,
Yeah, no, it's great.
and
It
and
really
you
is.
know what, I think actually, it's certainly my interactions with you and some of your applications of it that help me understand it a little bit better. I think I've tried it before, but I think I have a better understanding of how it's moving energy and all of that stuff now.
And I think a lot of times people look for huge events too soon,
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I think a lot of times you're getting stuff happening, but
Yeah,
it's subtle,
yeah, yeah.
and you just have to stay with it. And it's
Mhm.
like one of those things like interest, in the bank, man.
Yeah,
The more
yeah.
you do it, the better it gets and the deeper it
Sure.
goes. Soon that 15 minutes you'll be going, oh man, it's over already.
Right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that.
So
And then there's
what's
things.
going on in your world, man?
Oh, what's going on? Everything is good. I was telling you earlier, I just worked out a deal with a great woman, Grace Grella, who's a psychic medium, um, to help her. She's moving. She's at 29 years. She did on public access television. So she was like the old school psychic medium you'd see on Channel 9, like taking
Yeah,
calls,
yeah,
taking
yeah.
calls. And Janice and I were on her show. It was her last episode at this studio. She was just kind of moving on, and then she got in touch with me and she said, I want to do StreamYard. I want to do a call-in show, kind of, like the live stream of consciousness, but psychic readings. And so I'm going to facilitate it for her, just, kind of behind the scenes. And it's awesome. I'm very
Well, that's
excited.
funny. We're doing the Ace of Cups today, and one of the main things about it is clairvoyance and intuition and that whole scenario. That's
Well,
pretty cool.
bam, what a
What you guys
surprise.
do on the show? Was she doing readings for you, or what was going on?
No, we were actually guests on the show. Janice is a Reiki master, so she was talking a little bit about that. You know what? Actually, interestingly enough, like she takes readings, so people call in and she kind of reads them. So she was talking to us, kind of semi-interviewing us, and she was also doing readings at the same time. So she would do a reading and then she would kind of ask Janice or me like what we thought. So she was actually kind of letting us expand upon the energy of the reading. It was interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. What about you? What's going on in your life? Are you feeling better this week?
I'm I'm a huge proponent of doing shadow work, right? And like I've many times gone off on that quest purposefully and with
Mhm,
intent.
mhm,
But sometimes it shows up and just demands that you deal with it, whether you
mhm.
were ready to or not. And
Yeah.
last few
Mhm.
weeks have kind of been like, wow. You know, I've done lots of shadow work over the years, and the thing about that work is you're never fucking finished.
Right.
Even though it seems you are, and like you go through it and you clean out the basement as good as
Right.
you get all swept out. It's just a clean concrete floor, and that's where it was a
Right.
bit ago. And all of a sudden I'm standing down in the basement going, wow, that's really clean. And all of a sudden the fucking floor dissolves and you're like, oh shit,
Mm,
more to
yeah.
do.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
know what? I think that's true, but I think that you're a little better for it each time. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, this
Without
sucks, but
question. No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't look at those as like bad things that happen.
Yeah, like they don't suck as much each time. It's like, oh well, that
And
sucks, but
ultimately, and this is totally, I had a debate with somebody about this the other day. I believe everything that's happening, we magnetized and we're making happening. And especially this last couple of years with me, so deeply karmic and past life
Mhm.
oriented and like resolution from unresolved gradu from past stuff. And
Right, right.
man, it's just totally been about that. So I've kind of just been going with the flow and really taking the opportunity when the little bubble things get triggered, to like deal with them instead of sloughing them like I've always
Right.
been
Right,
the
right.
master at doing.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a pretty
Well,
cool thing. And
that
making lots of art, the piece we looked at the beginning, that's been really really fun. I've got a couple
yeah.
more after that. Uh, yeah, you'll have to like look for it.
And is
Just
that
just tune in late every week because I'm going to be doing a few more of these for the next few weeks.
awesome? Are these those lost tracks that you found, or are these new
Well,
tracks?
these aren't really lost tracks, but it was an album that I'd kind of like put to like I didn't think about it anymore, man. We didn't get any traction on it when we first did it, and we're like, oh shit, I'm just exhausted with this now, because we did the whole like tarot project, all those videos, shot all that, wrote all those
Right.
songs, got all that done, and then we're getting out to go show it, and we had a couple people like express some interest in wanting to put some money into it, and they were like, no man, we need like kind of a regular, like a not a non-magic thing, like
Right,
a
right, right.
commercial thing. So we said fuck it, we were in the groove and we just got on it and cranked it out.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that we were just exhausted, man. And It seemed like everywhere we tried to throw it out, it just didn't go anywhere, including Pandora.
Wow.
And then, you know, I wasn't even really thinking about it. I was looking for a song off of that and did a search for it, trying to find it where in my world it was. And then all these like Shazam and, you know,
Popped up all over the
SoundCloud
place.
and Pandora. I'm like, what the
That's so
hell is
awesome.
going on? And yeah, so that's all off that album, that 138 Hertz album.
I love it, dude. I gotta download it. And that's what is that one called? Let's Connect or Let's All Connect?
Yeah, that's called Let's Connect.
Uh, really good, man. And also, like, I was thinking so many things, and like at first I started thinking that it was reminding me of like video game music, like just the way it was moving along, you know, it was like, and then I was like, oh, that it's not really video game, it's like derivative of good video game music was almost like movie soundtrack music. It was like it's like a movie soundtrack, you
Like
know.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's really good, really, really good stuff.
Thanks,
But
thanks.
awesome,
So
man.
so
Wow.
something I'm really psyched about is, you know, like, I'm really healthy, man. My body's, like, back up to speed, everything's cool, I've been able to start working out again, and that's just fantastic, and the end result of that is I've been able to, like, start my practice, my personal practice, like, in
Awesome.
earnest, because I kinda got shut down on that as the hernia kinda ripped and it was getting bad. You know, I had really had to, I didn't get to make any forward progress, and the areas that I was working in with the seventh band stuff and the bilocation things had to
Mhm.
like go on the back burner altogether now, especially the bilocation thing. That thing is like ooh,
Takes you were saying it takes a lot out of you, yeah.
really, really, really
Yeah.
intense. So anyway, I've gotten to get back on that, and
Cool.
last few nights I had some really, really great things, and I was able to. This is something I've been trying to do for a long time, but it was finally able to accomplish, and that's to move something in somebody else's house while they're there, and that's the precursor to the whole bilocation thing. You know, being able to like kind of separate your awareness and being
Move something in someone else's house from your location, like, you're
yeah,
not even there
yeah,
physically.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So that's the first time that happened. I wasn't able to repeat that again, Len, because it just I spent a lot.
Wow, that's
And that
phenomenal.
took a couple that didn't just happen, that took a couple hours to pull off.
Right, right, right.
So
That's
by the
awesome,
time
man.
that happened, I was pretty spent, and I tried to do it again, but I couldn't get it, but that's what I'll be doing for the next few nights and really trying to cement that down so I
Oh,
can
amazing, dude,
do that like
amazing.
3 times in a row and have it be, you know, a couple minutes instead of a couple hours.
You gotta do
You
that
know?
with me, do
But
something.
that's so fun, man. It's
I'll
just
hold something in my hand and you do it, dude. We gotta work that out. That would be amazing. Wow.
it's a really that's a really fun thing, and then going back into the seventh band, oh, yeah,
Good,
that
good, good. I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy to
that's
hear that.
that's really great. All right, so
Let's get down to business.
let's get
Yeah.
into the parts. Yeah, you know, before we do that, I do have one more note, and that is, I think that Raphael and Zertis, his guy that here that he does some shows with Zertis will be here next week, and we're probably
Awesome.
going to have an AI discussion and really
Awesome.
do that.
Awesome. I'm looking forward
And
to
they
that.
also sent me this like jamming like these garlic drop extract things that are supposed to be like woo
Nice.
and supposed to really enhance energetic stuff. So I'm the guinea pig on them. We'll try them out and see if they work, and if they do,
Awesome.
we'll give them some props next week. And if they suck, we'll beat them up.
Yeah. Julie is asking what moved. Was it a feather or a couch?
Oh no, it was a marble.
A marble. Awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till you perfect that.
I love marbles. Marbles are one of my favorite things to start doing effects with. When
Wow.
okay, you want to hear about an effect like making
Yeah,
something?
let's hear it. Let's hear it, man.
All right,
That's what we're here for.
when you do it when you do it a mat a materialization or dematerialization and say like you're trying to move something from one place located in another place. What has to happen is that you make that thing that you're concentrating on with using your energy and this whole spin thing, you throw that piece out of phase. And then you're able to like really easily pick that up and then focus on where you want it to be and then bring that back into phase. Well, that sounds really easy, but it was hard as shit. And the very first few times I did it, I was able to get the marbles to go away, but I couldn't find them again. And I lost hold of them, and they were somewhere else. And try as I might, they were
You mean
gone.
like your visualization of them, like they disappeared within your visualization, or
The visualization.
what do you mean?
I mean, they had disappeared, and I went to go bring them back, and I couldn't get them. I couldn't find them. So I hadn't latched. I hadn't learned how to lock on to something. And when it goes into out of phase and you go to move it, you need to like attach. So it stays around you and goes back, and you still have it when it comes time to hit the place it's going to be,
Okay.
because everything's always moving. Things that, it seems like we're stationary, but we're moving tens of thousands of miles a second.
Right. Right, right, right.
So yeah.
Wow.
So all right, so I got the marbles. I had two marbles that were gone, and I hadn't been able to get them back. And I moved on to something else, and about a week, 10 days go by, and I walk in my front door, and one of the marbles, for whatever reason, decided to reemerge and hit me right on the back of the fucking head. And I'm like, what's who threw a rock at me, man? And I looked down, and the marbles down there. And it was
Whoa.
crazy. It was a crazy, crazy moment. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah, really, really super, super nuts.
Wow. That's so weird. I was just, this is just coincidence, I guess, or maybe, maybe not. But I was just watching this strange movie on Netflix. I forget the name of it, and it was these people who were messing with time travel, and marbles were the objects that they first put through the time travel. And there was this whole thing about the marbles, and it was just like kind of related to what you're saying. But
Well,
I
it's
don't
kind
know.
of a weird thing, as you send stuff through and it comes back, it changes it. It doesn't come back exactly the way it was. And like I um when I got it down, the whole process of it, and I was in the process of just practicing that and really writing that groove in for the next couple weeks. I used the same marble, and I
Wow.
noticed that as I used it and used it and used it and used it, at the end of that time, it started getting these weird little fractures in it. And
Wow.
about like 2 weeks later, the last time I did it, when I brought it back, it just went. Psh.
Rick is saying you made a marble appear.
Ah, that's true.
Wow. Tell us that story. That's amazing. I love these stories, man. I think the next part of this, we're going to change this from the fool's journey to magic with the wizard, and we're just going to talk about all the different magic stuff that you do. I love it. I love it, man. I love these stories. They give me chills when I hear them.
All right, so the next step on the fool's journey, man, we're getting to the Ace of Cups.
Yes.
Yeah, back in the aces again. Now, I love the aces. Aces across the board are just amazing because they're that fresh, undiluted energy. And in this particular instance, we're getting into the realm of emotions and the subconscious and intuition and clairvoyance. And hold on, don't scroll down. Hey, stay on that for just a second.
Okay.
That drop that's happening in there represents inspiration and spiritual opening up from the heavens.
Yeah.
Like in the Rider-Waite deck,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
a hand coming out of the clouds holding the cup. But
Uh,
in this particular case, that's represented by the drop that's hitting that surface of the water, which represents this pool of emotion. And then each
yeah.
of the four that jump out of that, like there's four streams of that, and those represent the elements. So that's like the five elements right there. It's like the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
spirit hitting the water, and then those four elements that go.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I see these as like arms of joy, like two figures, you know, just like yeah,
Yeah.
this is beautiful, man.
So
Always.
yeah, the Ace of Cups is really a very pure card, and it's the place where love starts to, like, you're ready for it, man. You may have seen somebody that's kind of tickled you, or it may just be a feeling that you have that you're ready for a connection on that kind of level. That is something that you would not push away if it showed up.
Mhm, mhm.
Not necessarily in the quest to go find it, but you find yourself just in this fertile kind of area for receiving love specifically.
Yeah,
It's kind of, we've been in the wands, which was so much about just energy and kinds of energy and energy potential that were packs of creative potential for different situations to manifest in. The all of the cups are about emotions and
mhm,
the
mhm.
flow of emotions from one state to another and evolve
Gotcha.
as those things progress through the suit.
Yeah, pure, authentic, unconditional love. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Now, let me ask you a question, a technical question about these shots. Is this a reflection of like stained glass? I feel like some of the shots almost seem like you shot them in like this church or something like that. Like,
Um, Actually, I shot those outside my door in the Magic Garden,
wow,
and that's the reflection of
these
the
are like
garden
some
and the
trees.
door to my place.
Wow, that's great. No, no, it
Yeah,
really
really
like
appreciate it.
some of these other cards also have that feeling of like, this like sacred place, stained glass and
Well,
things that aren't really there, but they kind of evoke the feeling of. It's great. I love it.
so the Ace of Cups is really about like digging way deep into your subconscious
Mhm,
and finding that true love, not just a lust
mhm, mhm,
or
mhm.
a physical attraction or an infatuation, but a really deep, true, unconditional love.
Right.
And that most often, is looked at between two people, but that could also be, you know, a business scenario that you're
No,
going.
you know what? I got to tell you, the way that I'm feeling it, the way that it's coming into me right now, and in my energy field is something I just had a conversation with Janice about passion. People who find something. So we have this mutual friend Benny, who's a photographer, but he just started studying this specific technique, silver colloidal plates, right, where you expose onto these plates, and it's a very specific
I know about
develop.
that actually. It's
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. But it's like, it's the kind of thing where like he saw it and there was something about it that sparked this passion in him that I want to learn that. I want to spend my time with that. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to experience it. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people who have that with different things, all different things, you know what I mean? Making armor, doing these all these crazy things that they're just so passionate about. And I think that's what I'm feeling when you're talking about that love, that like, love you just can't explain. It's just like it just draws you in its direction, whatever that
Well, an
direction is.
unconditional love doesn't demand anything.
Right. Right.
There are no like you
Yeah.
have to like this. If you love me, you'll or any kind of do like that. It
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
pure caring and empathy and love itself is just kind of a really crazy frequency of the way of taking energy and
Yeah.
into that. I think a lot of people consider love an energy itself, but I don't think it is.
No?
No, I think love has been tuned. I don't think it started that way. I think it got turned, that piece of energy got turned into that.
Mhm.
It's like when you send that, when you're sending that, you're feeling that towards someone else, say,
Right.
right? And that's an intent,
Sure. Yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
start that energy didn't start that way.
Well, how important of a or how maybe let me figure out how to word this question. How wide of a bandwidth do you think that frequency is in the spectrum of everything?
Well, I'm not exactly sure I understand your question.
Well,
Because a frequency is a frequency,
right, right. It is. You're right. And I certainly I want to understand your comparing love or putting love in the context of a frequency, because to me love is a
I
bigger
think
part.
there's energy And then energy becomes things,
Right.
all things, not just love. I don't think love started and then it became all these other. I think there was energy, and then it
So
became
that energy is not love itself. Is that, I guess that's what that's what
yes. Yes.
mm,
I think love is an intent.
right. Yeah, no, no, I agree with you. You're making me think. You're definitely making me think because I always look at it like love is that source,
I know
but
that's the way it gets put out a lot, but
right,
I
right.
disagree with that. It's just my
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's interesting to hear that that point. Like love has to be some sort of shaping of that energy, with intent, like you said. You know what I mean? And it's like just like hate or fear or any of the other vibrations are, that it has to come from something that. Yeah, no, no, you're making sense, Brian. I'm sorry, my brain is just thinking. You just got me thinking. That's all.
well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
I like to do that.
yeah. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. It itches a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the rest of the aces. Well,
Okay.
let's not move off of that card yet, and
Okay.
let's just take a look at the other stuff on the card. Like, so let's take a
Okay.
look at the words, the keywords for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Love, grace, enjoyment, the
the
true
true
heart,
heart. Yes.
joy, content,
Yeah.
abode, nourishment, abundance, birth of emotions and feelings.
It's kind of cool on the day that we're doing this card. Like Venus just moved into this really auspicious kind of like position with the in the chart right now, and it's super funny.
That's cool. You know what? We also said that I was going to do a reading of sorts, not a card reading, but a a reading of the manual, an interpretive reading. Um,
Oh, there we go. Yeah, good idea.
you know what I mean? Let me see here. What am I looking for here? I had it before. Oh, wait. Nine, Knight, Ace, Cups. Here we go. All right. You ready for this? This is the Ace of Cups. Time to cast your net upon the water and see what you catch. Get out there and mingle. Be a social butterfly, enchanting those you meet. New interesting connections, possible friendships, and even new exciting love interests are all around. People will be very receptive and chummy. The aces are the archetypes of pure expression of their respective elements. Like all the aces, the Ace of Cups is about new beginnings. Since it is water, it is about your feelings and emotions. Love is associated with this card. Perhaps you've met someone that tickled your energy field or seen someone at a party that really caught your attention. It's those first few tendrils of joy that tell you something really good is up and worth some exploration. It is a happy card full of empathy, compassion, and enjoyment. All right.
Woohoo! There you go.
Woohoo! There you go.
It's not a bad manual. I have to.
It's an awesome manual, and I think it's a good idea to have a section on each card when I read it like that. It gives me something to do. And then it embeds it in me because I'm reading it and I'm feeling it and I'm emoting it and uh enjoy.
All the cards are like, um, you're able to do magic stuff with them. Calling spirits and doing things. One of the great things about this card is that it's used a lot to heal people after they're coming out of a really long trauma
Mm.
or this kind of scenario where they've been really closed off and hurt. If you're doing a reading for somebody that's been in that mode and you see this card, this is a really joyous card for that. And
Mhm.
kind of means like, the light of day is coming around the corner. It's not going to be dark forever.
I'm gonna take it that way for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the Ace of Wands, please.
All right,
Just
let's
going to
see.
do a quick review.
Yep, yep. The Ace of Wands. Whoa, yes, I remember.
Yeah, I love this card.
Woo.
As we've reviewed before, it's that moment where energy makes itself available for some new project, some new passion, some new thing that you want to accomplish, and that burst of energy is just a really great lift off, and gives you that goose and that momentum to get going, and has enough juice to continue on through the next few cards, where an idea is not just an idea anymore, it's now like being brought into fruition, and that's the packet of energy that you get that'll take you through that.
I love it. And
Yeah.
look, so technical question on this image. This is actually no manipulation at all, no flip, no.
No manipulation at all. It's
This is straight.
a burning match.
Yeah, beautiful. So much.
And you know what? That like in the middle, kind of right in the middle, and of the image, it's like it looks like a little face right there. And to me, it's always seemed like a woman, and like the fire was kind of wrapping around, almost like her hair, around there. Really, really kind of.
I see this in so many different ways. It's like it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let's take a look at the Ace of Swords.
All righty. Ace of Swords is this one. Oh yeah.
So the Ace of Swords, all right, so the Ace of Wands is the moment that you get the energy and that initial spark to make something. The Ace of Cups is where you get the inspiration and the ability to create that desire and passion that's going to take that energy and form it. And then out of that like creation of like, here's what I want. We're at the Ace of Swords now, and the swords are about making the plans and the systems and creating the actual pathway in the world for that energy to congeal and to materialize. This is one of my favorite cards. I really, really love this card a lot.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. And this is one of the cards where it does have a flip, but it doesn't necessarily, you can't necessarily tell because it looks like a sword in final form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Jill was saying about the Ace of Wands.
Yes, it does.
Looks like an embryo. I thought that too. Yes. Yeah, these are, oh man, it's awesome to revisit these images all the time. I love them. They're so beautiful. The lighting, the texture, everything about them, Brian. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yes. So that card is really, I love getting any of the aces. This card is really good, man. Like if you're stuck on something, if you've been kind of like mulling over how to like get through something, some really sticky kind of situation, and you pull this card, I'm always like excited because I know like this is the juice to figure that out.
Cool.
I love that.
That's interesting because I always felt that way about the ace in any traditional card game. You know what I mean? It was always like a good card to get. It was like, yeah, I got an ace.
Card to get.
Got an ace. It was like, yeah.
Especially if you're playing spades.
Whatever game, all the games, it was good. It's like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's the Earth. And though I selected spheres for the pentacles, which are usually shown as discs or coins, and that's because I see those as coins that are spinning. My whole gig, everything about like every bit of my magic is built on spinning stuff.
That motion. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I like these circles that you got happening over here too.
And this, after we've had the potential and the burst of energy to form, after we've had the desire that comes through and forms that energy into a thing we want, now we've got the Ace of Swords. It's like helping us figure out how to actually make that happen. And this is the ace that's the materialization energy, where this is now it's going to form into the real world.
Right.
Where that comes through. Yeah.
Yes. And now I finally get all of what you're saying because I know how the elements all work into the suits. And Julie is saying she needs another towel. And that's a good segue into the two little QR codes that are at the bottom of the screen. They actually do work, and you can order yourself one of those towels with the bottom left one there at Fine Art Prints. And Brian, every card comes as a towel. Each single card. Yeah. That's amazing, dude. That's amazing. How is that doing? Are people finding that? I want to We got to start marketing that, because that's
You
like
know, I do. I suck at it, man.
some good shit, man. That's some good shit. And you know what? Honestly, I think a lot of visionary artists that I see online are turning their artwork into clothes and tapestries and stuff, and it's like it's huge right now. So you got to like ride that wave.
Yeah. I think the NFT thing has kind of like died off a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't put it. You know what? There's a group that I'm in on Facebook called Break Away from the Everyday, and they actually help a lot of artists like get noticed. It's a big group. I'm gonna hook you up with that group.
That'd be great.
You should definitely post in there. They'll love your shit.
You know, I got all the stuff to the museum here, you know, with Frankie, and
Oh yeah, how's that going?
that's moving ahead really good. Hopefully,
Awesome. Yeah,
yeah, we have an appointment with them on Thursday to go talk to them.
very cool. Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
and I
awesome.
put together a whole little. It's not just a little gallery thing, but I did kind of an immersive light painting kind of scenario. So, like for the opening, you know, you come in, you get light painted when you come in. It could be really.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it.
And you know, uh, Leah and I had gone to Earth Fest a few, you know, last month, and I came back with those images that were I had used some of the old murals and stuff that were there and left on the property, and
Right,
I used those to kind of be a background against stuff
right,
I
right,
was
right. Yeah,
painting.
those great
I
textures.
really
Yeah.
loved the way that texture and all of that came out. So, you know, I've got kind of a thing going on. I talked to my friend Joe Rosolia, and it looks like maybe this next coming Ultrafest, I could actually go and do some light painting during the day. And the cool thing about it is I could do like a live art painting. That's what I've done at
I
Ultrafest for
love it. I
7 years.
love it.
It's like I painted wings, and then people come up and have, you know, pictures with them and that. So like during the day, you could be promoting the whole light painting thing, and painting this background that would be the background for the wings or
Right,
whatever.
right, right. I love that. That's beautiful.
I'm
That's
really happy
awesome.
about that. I think that's really great. And Joe dug the shit out of it. He's like, wow, that's great.
I
So
would love to figure out how to get what you're doing onto a screen so people could watch it, while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like somehow get the output of the camera, or like,
yeah.
um, that would be awesome. Very cool, man. That's exciting stuff. I'm so happy to see that happening. Oh, Jilly's saying she wants a sword towel. Well, there you go, Jilly.
Yeah,
You
me too.
you know where to get. You know where to go. Uh, so awesome. So awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so I was gonna do a quick reading if you're good for that. And
I am totally down for that. Hold on a second. Let me remove these videos and screens. Stop screen. I'm gonna close this, and then
is my phone still up?
yep, it's still up. It's right there. I think you got to just turn it or click it sideways. I mean, it'll work that way, but if you go sideways, it'll fill up the screen better.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Okay.
I think you just got to have it register to sideways, and then you could probably put it back facing down.
You know, this thing is always a pain in the ass.
Yeah, don't mess it up too bad. I mean, just if you just want to aim it a little better so it fills up the screen more. Yeah, that black thing should be that way.
All right, we'll do that.
There you go, right there. That's fine.
Oh, by the way, update on last week's reading. That person decided not to take that job,
Oh, wow.
and there was just yeah. But I think there's another job like in that same area that's coming up like right away for them. So I'll keep you abreast of that.
Cool. Yeah.
Um, yeah, this is going to be about see how to put this in that. This is going to be for somebody that was asking a question about staying with somebody.
Relationship. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a little weird, but we'll do it.
Okay. There you go.
Wow, that's pretty interesting reading. Okay. So again, this is just somebody that's asking about a relationship they're in. They want to know whether they stay in it or not. Okay, so this is the energy column, and this is the ace or the 5 of Pentacles, which is financial destitution, and it pretty much is just like, I think that's where they sort of view it right now. I think they view it that their whole thing is just kind of like pointless at this point.
Mhm,
Wow, that's way upside down, isn't it? Okay, here, let's try this.
mhm. Way upside down.
Okay, so financial destitution in the recent past, where it's at right now is they're figuring out something new, and they're in this place where they're learning this whole like new gig, and they're searching for this new way of making it and sustaining themselves. And the last card is the 6 of Swords, which is the eureka moment where you're looking for something where the thing that sustained you no longer does. And it's that moment where you go looking for something else. You go, okay, it's that. Okay, then we're over in the water column and the emotions about it. This is the Ace of Pentacles, which we just talked about, and that's the beginning of a new business kind of scenario,
Mhm.
a new material situation. This is the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords represents a scenario where it looks like you're trapped and you're kind of like a jailed cell and you can't move forward. But when you realize that you change your perspective and you get up and you look behind you, there's no bars back there and you can walk off in another direction. So far all of this is about moving in a new direction.
Mhm.
And the last card is Death, which is the ending of the way of life and the way things have been in that
Right.
particular case, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're looking at the 2 of Wands, which is 2 people trying to apply energy towards usually a third person, but in this particular instance, that probably represents the relationship.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, then the 3 of Pentacles. By the way, this is in the air column, so this is like what's being thought about. And this is the 3 of Pentacles is in the air column. It's an earth element, so it's diluted significantly. And the 3 of Pentacles is about having your work recognized and being in this mode where your
Mhm.
stuff is
Right.
finally in demand. And that yeah, in this case, that probably represents the person being in demand. And the Fool, the last card in that thing, which is like, yeah, man, just start off in a new way. You don't know where it's going. You don't know how it's going to work out. Yeah, man, get your dog and your fucking pack and start over there.
Get your dog, shithead. Remember the movie The Jerk? I remember that one
Exactly,
really
man.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so man, this is like really taking some clarity, isn't it? All right, so the last thing is the Earth column and the way that would materialize. This is the 4 of Wands. Those are the 4 poles of the celebration tent. So that's like kind of like um, where things have kind of worked out and a place of safety and moving forward has happened. The next card is the Priestess, and the Priestess is about taking the secrets,
Mhm, mhm.
about having the secrets to what's going on. And if this person wants to remove themselves, they'll need information. And the Priestess is the place to go get that information. And the last card in this scenario is the Hermit. And the Hermit is about like not looking for outside input or connecting with people, but really going into a
Oops.
Yeah, the phone just blew out of the thing, dude. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not gonna try to mess with that anymore.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, no, no, that's great.
yeah,
And actually, my mom is out there. Interestingly enough, she said she just started watching and she's asking whose reading this is. So this is a reading, anonymous reading, question that was asked to Brian about a relationship, about staying in a relationship. So lately, Brian's been doing readings that are just kind of questions that people have asked him outside of the show. And then he's been kind of doing readings just as examples of how a reading happens and what it all means. And my mom's saying, "Hi, Brian." Uh,
hey,
I'm,
mom,
I'm surprised to see her here. She's not
you want to pull
usually.
some cards for mom?
If you, Mom, you got a question for Brian about anything pertaining to yourself, the future, the near future, an event, a relationship. If you got a question, you got a wizard here willing to do a free reading. I would take advantage of it if I was you and you're
It could
interested.
also just be where you're at right now. It doesn't have to be a specific question.
Yeah, it can be where you're at. It doesn't have to be a specific question. That's awesome. It's good to see my mom here. She she checks in on me every once in a while, see what I'm doing, and
Make sure you're
and
not like into some really skeezy stuff.
you know what, she loves to see me doing this stuff because it does make me happy to bring this stuff to people and to connect with you, Brian, and to have my connection with you kind of be this vehicle to show your art and the cards and the tarot and all of this. It's all for a reason. So I don't see any question from my mom, but I don't know if
Well, do you
you.
want me to pull 3 cards for her?
Sure, pull 3 cards for my mom, and let's see what the cards have to say about my mom. Oh wait, hold on. She said, "I had a dream last night about my mom and my sisters that was very welcoming. She's having surgery Thursday, and she was wondering if there's a connection."
Hmm. Well, without pulling any cards for that, they're there taking care of you. They're there making sure you're all good and that the surgery is going to go really well. And we'll pull some cards on that for sure.
Cool.
But they're around you right now. And that dream wasn't just a dream, by the way.
Communication, visitation, connection. She says, "I know I feel them often." Yes, my mom is connected to energetic realms, so we do have that kind of in common.
I pronounce your name Hetty.
Her name is Hetty. Yes.
All right. I just kind of asked about the surgery coming up and whether your people were with you. The very first card I pulled is the Three of Cups, which is the celebration at the wedding festival. And it's where everything went great and everybody's having a great time and everybody's enjoying being with each other. And they're celebrating a really amazing and excellent event where everybody was having a good time and feeling really fulfilled. So I wouldn't worry about that even for a second. And yes, they're definitely hanging with you. The next card is the card art, and this is where the angel comes. This is the card for alchemy, and it's the moment where two opposite things are transmuted into a third, which is larger than those two other things. And with surgery coming up, this is like max skill available to you. So like the surgeons will be really on point. Everybody will be like really at their game, and whatever's supposed to happen with that will go smoothly and without incident. And
Awesome.
then the last card is the Six of Pentacles, which is success and celebration. And this is where somebody that can do it comes and gives you a gift. So, again, your people are with you, giving you gifts. That dream was a gift. You're going to have a
Mm.
really, really, really smooth time.
Awesome. There you go. And that is why my mom showed up, to get that reading.
And that's why the hell I do this.
Yeah, right? Isn't that great? That's just amazing. I love that. She showed up for that reason, and she got her reading, and it was beautiful. I love that. I love
Happy to meet you, Mom. Come back
that.
often.
Yes,
Come
please
back,
come.
be on the show. Seriously. I'd love to have you on the show. That would
Oh,
be
that would be really interesting. She said, "Nice to hear. I'm just going to relax and let them do their thing." Awesome.
That's exactly right.
It's a good plan, Mom. Very good. It's a very good plan. So, and she says, "And you as well." She's happy to meet you, which is awesome. Yeah, Brian is good people. I have some very interesting and loving and amazing people in my life, and I'm blessed. And that applies to all of you who are watching live, who are watching on the replay, who are interested at all in anything that I do, that Brian does. We love you guys. That's awesome. So, yeah, I guess we're back next week for more Fool's Journey.
It'll be the Two of Cups. That's the one where everybody falls in love. That's a good one.
Oh, another one with love. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you know how much I love love, so I'm
That's
ready for that one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, dude. Awesome. Well, I guess I will see you next week. I will see everybody next week. You have any words of wisdom
So good to
to?
see everybody. I'm really happy to share it with you as always, and look forward to next week as well.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I got to play the outro movie and peace, people. See you later.